Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. We're just 3 days away from the number 20 ranked Gators coming to town to take on the 11th ranked Volunteers. Going to be a fun game. Can't wait. Big opportunity for Coach Josh Heupel and this football program. A lot of interesting storylines out there. One being that Anthony Richardson, Florida's quarterback, is a little nicked up, a little banged up. That's why he's not been able to run the football as much. Also, their middle linebacker at Florida likely out for the game, opening up some big windows of opportunities for the Volunteers. A lot of buzz out there that Cedric Tillman is not going to be able to go, but I trust Josh Heupel. I trust this coaching staff. If there's one position that I think can kind of fend for itself on this football team, I believe it's the wide receiver position. If Cedric Tillman can't go, I think Ramel Keaton, Walker Merrill, some of those guys are going to step up. Maybe even a young guy like Squirrel White. Maybe you do something crazy like move Jalen Hyatt to the outside, and then you can do something with Squirrel White in the slot. Be interesting to see how that plays out. Also, something worth noting, former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn had a response to Billy Napier. Going to take a look at that coming up in just a moment. As always, do me a favor. Go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. Now, we're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. For the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. The fan call-in show last night, absolute blast. We ended up going like 2 hours with you guys. Eric Kane came on for about 15, 20 minutes. Then we opened it up to the listeners. Great conversation. If you missed that, make sure you go back and check it out. Always enjoy that. Tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, myself, Dauber, and JP will be live talking about this Florida game coming up on Saturday. But let's go ahead and jump into it. If you missed the live stream yesterday, we talked about this, but I want you to hear Billy Napier's comments about the atmosphere that Anthony Richardson is going to face on Saturday inside of Neyland Stadium.
Yeah, just focusing on the things that he can control. I know that sounds cliche, but, you know, I think the prep throughout the week and then just being a great communicator. You know, verbal and nonverbal, I think you got to do a good job overemphasizing the communication piece, not only to the core of the offense but the perimeter as well, and realize it's the same game. You know, it's not like we're going to Canada and they're going to change the rules. You know, it's going to be the same game. It's going to be a little louder and playing at a different location.
See, he's spot on. Right there at the very end. Played at a different location. Now, Billy Napier came from Louisiana, and I know he's got family ties. He knows all about the SEC, but you can know about it, talk about it, you can watch it on TV, you can think you understand. And yesterday during the live stream, we played the clip from Admiral Schofield talking about the Oklahoma game and what the Oklahoma players had to say. But former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn, yesterday, a clip came out from him talking about this matchup with Tennessee and Florida. I want you guys to take a listen to what he had to say about this matchup coming up.
Of the week, the SEC on CBS. Florida at Tennessee. Anthony Richardson has yet to throw a single touchdown all season. Volunteers favored by 10.5. And the total is 62 in a hook. Brady, we'll start with you.
Yeah, he's had a hard time in the passing game. And really after the first week where people kind of anointed him as this just freak of an athlete, phenom, he's never progressed from there, Danny. And it's troubling to see, in part because I don't know that he's necessarily played better opponents outside of looking at that game versus Kentucky. He's thrown 2 interceptions the past couple of weeks. It's hard to have much faith in what we've seen so far from him on the field. And he's going up against the #1 total defense in the SEC right now in the Tennessee Volunteers. And look, I've been to Neyland Stadium. I've played there. That is the loudest place I ever played. I swear to God, our center turned around on 3rd down in the 3rd quarter, and he looked at me, he's like, the ball's moving. It was so loud. No one outside of my guards can even hear me under center. It's going to be a tough environment to play with the way Tennessee and Hendon Hooker have this thing going on. I'm going to go ahead and lay the points here with Tennessee. I've got to see something more out of Anthony Richardson to feel confident in taking those points without having a shot.
This football game coming up on Saturday is going to come down to Anthony Richardson. And if you sit down and you look at it on paper, it makes absolutely no sense why Tennessee should go out on Saturday and lose this football game. Favored by almost, I think, 11 points. I think the line's up to 11 points now. Why is that? What does Vegas know that we don't know? And again, it comes back to the reports that are trickling out of Florida. I think there's something off with Anthony Richardson. Rumors of a hamstring injury, some type of leg injury that is making him stay in the pocket. And that's what you want to do, right? That's the game plan. That is the game plan for beating Florida, beating Anthony Richardson. Stay in your gaps, stay in your lanes, keep him bottled up in that pocket, and make him beat you with his arm. Now, let's just paint the picture. What if he's sitting back there with one leg, with one wheel? He can't get out of the pocket, do what he wants to do running the football. He doesn't have that confidence to run the football. Again, that was something that a beat writer from Florida talked about on one of the VAWLS podcasts. Said that Anthony Richardson didn't have the confidence to run the football right now because he is banged up. He's just sitting duck. Let's bring the house. Let's get after him. Aaron Beasley is set up to have a field day on Saturday. Let's let him get after Anthony Richardson. Let's hit him. Let's get him to the ground. Let's do exactly what we did to Keaton Slovis, exactly what we did to the kid from Akron. Let's get after him. Let's put him on his back. Let's put pressure on him because Anthony Richardson will make mistakes. He will make mistakes if you pressure him or if you just make him beat you with his arm. Now, over at the VolQuest podcast, I think it was Brent Hubb said, we talked a little bit about this last night. I said he would kind of go a different route, that he would sit back in zones and make Anthony Richardson try to read what you were doing. I disagree. I say bring the pressure, bring the house, hit him early, hit him often. I like the way this game is playing out. As the week kind of goes on, it makes more and more sense why Tennessee should and will win this football game. Now, we'll give our official predictions tonight during the live stream at 7 p.m. Eastern time. You flip over to our side of the ball and you say, well, Boogie, if you're talking about their injuries, we're beat up too. What are we going to do with Cedric Tillman out? What if Jabari Small's out? What if Dylan Sampson's out? You know, typically Josh Heupel doesn't really talk about injuries or what's going on. But Jerry Mack, running backs coach, met with the media yesterday. He said that Jabari Small, Dylan Sampson showed up to practice, fully dressed in pads, went through all drills, every drill throughout the course of practice. So I think our running back room is going to be good to go. And I think that's an opportunity as well against Florida. We saw Southern Florida run the football all over them. We struggled to run the ball against Pitt. Why? Because their front seven is really, really good. Some are saying their front seven is the best in the country. I don't know about that. They're pretty dang good. Having your stable of running backs is going to be key for this game. Jalen Wright had 23 carries last week against Akron, and that's because Dylan Sampson banged up. Jabari Small, went down on the second play of the game. I think you're way better off if your running backs are healthy, your running backs are good to go versus Cedric Tillman. And I get it. Cedric Tillman is a baller. He's a playmaker. He's a deep threat. What he brings to this football team, that trust factor between Hendon Hooker and Cedric Tillman, we saw it in overtime against Pitt. The game's on the line. Hendon Hooker's going to Cedric Tillman. That's where he's going with the football, and he trusts him to go up and get it. All Tillman did was get to the end zone, box out, and Hendon Hooker threw it up, and he went and got it. Tennessee comes away with the win. There's that trust factor. He had so many targets. What was it, 20-some targets in that Pitt game? Big-time road game, must-win game. Some people argue, disagree. I felt like Pitt was must-win. Now guess what? Florida's must-win. Let's go take care of business. It is such a huge opportunity, but I love the fact that Billy Napier truly believes that he's just walking into another stadium. It's just another place, just another venue, just another game. It's not Canada. You're about to find out, Billy Napier. You're about to find out what Neyland Stadium's all about. And you guys just keep poking the bear, keep poking the bear over and over and over. Xavier said it in the morning stream. You are going to awaken a sleeping giant. Neyland Stadium is going to be full of piss and vinegar come Saturday at 3:30. Leave the kids at home because it's going to be violent and it's going to be rowdy inside of Neyland Stadium. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. What's the loudest game you ever attended? I know some people talk about that 98 Florida game. Some people talk about the Oklahoma game. Some people talk about the Ole Miss game. It was pretty dang rowdy as well. What's the loudest game inside of Neyland Stadium you've ever been a part of? What do you think of the injury situation? Are you worried about Tillman likely out? Do you think Richardson is truly injured, or you just think he's a bad quarterback? Always love to hear your thoughts. Make sure you smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out this brand new limited edition shirt. Go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS, the fastest selling shirt in the history of this YouTube channel. You guys are grabbing this. Like I said, it's limited edition. It's not going to last long. We are going to take this down Kind of borderline whether or not I wanted to do this, but you guys begged for it, so we made it happen. Go check out the Buck Fama limited edition shirt. It's going to be gone before you know it, so check that out. Any and all support was appreciated. All the other merchandise is up there as well. A lot of new members joined the channel last night so they could take part in the fan call-in show. We're going to do it again on Saturday at 2:30, an hour before kickoff. Tailgate show, fan call-in. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure that you hit that join button down below. You can do so for as little as 99 cents a month, but we appreciate the support. If you like the morning streams, you want more content, that's the way to get it. Support this channel by joining, becoming a member. We appreciate all that you guys do. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.